Crit Dreams of Dragon Fruit by Natalie Beecher and Emily France. Crit loved his home. He lived with his dog, Mew, in Thailand, the city of Chiang Mai. Q and Crit went everywhere together. They raced up tiled temple steps and sped by Naga serpents standing guard. They ducked under dragon fruit carts in the market, past papaya and logans and red rudabunds. They stood at the foot of the giant Buddha statue, his gentle smile like a hug for the whole world. One special night each year, they went to the Ping River for the Festival of Lights. Crit made a boat of banana leaves, and his friends brought sticks of incense and a candle for the mast. The river lit up like the stars that have come down for a swim. Crit made a wish. Let nothing change. But at dinner, as Crit slipped a handful of rice to Mew, his mother looked up from her plate. "My sweet son, your aunt and uncle in America have asked us to come help with their shop, so we're moving to a city called Chicago." Crit felt like a tree about to blow down. His mom gave him a hug and a long, loving look. "You'll feel at home there in no time." And so things changed. In Chicago, Mew and Crit visited all sorts of new places. They climbed to the top of a tall tower. No Naga serpents and no Buddha smile. "No dogs allowed," a guard shouted. They searched for fruit in Logan Square Market, but all they found were apples trapped in jars. "No round sweet papaya, no red rumtons, no dogs allowed," a vendor shouted. Crit and Mew trudged to the icy river. No banana leaf boats, no floating lights, no friends. "This will never be home," Crit said. That night he felt very sad as ever as his mother tucked him into bed. "Tell me a story about home," he said. She smiled and sat close, strong and steady as a mountain. Buddha pointed to an empty spot in a field and said it would be a good place to build a temple. Indra, the emperor of gods, plucked a single blade of grass and set it on the ground. "The temple's already built," and Buddha smiled. Crit wasn't smiling. "How about a story about home?" "You'll see," his mother whispered as she planted a kiss on his cheek. The light went out, but Crit's eyes stayed wide open. The next day, Crit and Mew slumped in the snow by the same cold, old river, and he thought of Indra looking at the blade of grass and seeing a temple. He looked at the river and looked, and this time, a boat! The mast flickered like a candle, the hole shined like a banana leaves. Crit and Mew ran along the slippery river bank, around a curve, over a bridge, up and down again, faster and faster until they bumped right into a girl. "Hi," Crit said shyly. "I like your boat, and now I know how to make a boat with leaves and candles and incense. It's called a krathong." "That sounds beautiful," she said. "And I like your dog." "That's Mew. I'm Crit. We just moved here." "I'm Dahlia. Welcome to Chicago. I love this city." "You do?" Crit asked, and Mew cocked her head. "Yes, I'll show you everything, and after, will you teach me how to build your boat?" Crit and Mew followed Dahlia to Logan Square, and she pointed at a pot of hot cider by the apples. Crit went to take a closer look. He filled his cup and took a slow sip, a happy zing on his tongue, sweet and bright, like a dragon fruit. Crit hid Mew in his jacket and followed Dahlia to the top of the tall tower. She pointed to her apartment like a tiny light in the distance. Crit leaned against the window, about to take a closer look. This time, he saw buildings bigger than Bodhi trees, with a sun and fat, juicy slice of papaya, blinking red lights, electric rambutans in the streets, scars flapping in the wind, like ribbons of woolly Naga serpents winding through it all, and the river. Crit noticed how it curved slow and steady like a smile that was spreading across the city. A big, blue Buddha smile. Crit had an idea. "Follow me," he said. They dashed to Crit's apartment with Mew in tow. Mom, he yelled. "I saw a boat with a mast like a candle and drank some sweet cider like a dragon fruit and a big Buddha smile and met..." He took a long look at Dahlia. "A friend." He plucked one blade of grass from the pot just inside the door, bright green like the hills of Chiang Mai. I know the secret of a story. I want to go home, but if I take a closer look at things like Indra did, slow and steady, I see if I'm already there, I can be home anywhere. And Crit smiled. The end.